Welcome back to Compelled Cooperation. We're entering the Citadel. Citadel doors right in front of us, but as you can hear, there's already somebody else who has heard that we were approaching. This is one of the few levels that actually has an enemy in sight. Or rather, has us in sight of an enemy when we start, which makes it very difficult to stop and plan your route, if that's what you like to do. Throws you right in the thick of it. But this, as you can see, I'm in the moat right now of the Citadel, and here's something that'll block our way. We can't go that way. So this entire level is built around getting inside of this castle, this Citadel. And we actually have to cross this moat here. But beforehand, let me burn some more of my rockets, because I always have too many. I really love to swim today, don't I? 2 for 1. Or 2 for 2, since we're using 2 shells per super shotgun shot. And this level has a whole bunch of secrets. So we'll be backtracking and making sure we get all of those as well, since I've been going for 100% of secrets on this run. Once again, taking my time, making sure that when I have the chance to take out enemies, I do. You don't want to get caught when you could have taken them out earlier. Lots of space for fighting here if it comes to that. Look at them all absorbing all of that damage. Pinkies really are just damage sponges, and I'm gonna save that for later. You can see on the upper left is an area on the inside that we'll be heading to shortly. But I'm taking out as much as I can. That's the exit right there in front of us. But I need all of the various different keys to be able to actually open it. And let's take some more people out here. There is an inside to this castle, I promise you. And here we are. I'm going to try and do this as methodically as possible. But there are lots of twists and turns, so it may not be as easy as I hope. Lots of little spots like that too, where enemies pop out where there hadn't been before. Typical Doom fare. Now, it's possible to fall down there and die in a pit of poison if you're not careful, so I had to make sure to trigger those switches right away. Fortunately, I didn't make it over that jump. As you can see, there's something up there worth getting. So I'll have to retrace my steps and go back and get that. Not a huge deal, since there's so much going on here. I'll be back and forth several times. Here's the main room. As you can see, there are lots of different ways to end up in this central courtyard. But I'm gonna leave. And here's some monster infighting going on in the main room, and then we'll let them take care of each other. I can stay in the relative safety of this little room here. Obviously, this wall is transparent. You can hear there's a door that opens over there. We're not gonna go through that just yet. Here is one of the spots that we cleared out earlier. And there's some more areas. That's that spot I mentioned earlier. Lots of spots I mentioned earlier. That's basically all we did was run around outside. Lots of hidden passages. Now remember, I have the invisibility on, so they aren't really noticing me like they could otherwise. In case you were wondering. It's kind of hard to tell in this background. Go ahead and use the chain gun here, since I can replenish my ammo. And a computer area map will be very useful. Making sure we hit all those secrets that we're intending to. Lots of enclosed spaces here. With lots of enemies. This is starting to be more of a theme, as you'll see in this and later levels. The enemy density, of course, has been something we've been noticing more and more as we've been going along. Thankfully, we still have all this ammo laying around. I always find it difficult to use rockets just because of how infrequently I really prioritize using them. When I was younger, I'd always save them up for big monsters, but I've started trying to use them as general crowd control. As long as there's enough distance between me and whoever I'm shooting that I won't get damaged, I always try to use them. There's no extra points for finishing a level with ammo, so there's no point. You can see down there, there's one of the keys, but yeah, I'll get that now. You can go around that way again. So many different forked paths, it's difficult to choose sometimes. Now let me go back over here. Remember, I mentioned that there was that area that I missed. And if I get enough speed, I can make it over there. And this is the area we avoided before, because we'll get teleported if we go in there. And that's an exit, and that's an exit. But I don't want to go out there just yet. Go in here and get teleported. This is a new room we haven't seen before. You can see that the exit is being raised over there. Lots of enemies, might as well clear them out. Got plenty of ammo of pretty much every kind. And we're doing good in the health department, we just need some keys. And here's another one. We're only missing the yellow key now. I think it might be possible to leave this level with just 2, but I always like to get all 3. Here's another path not taken. You can tell because there's still enemies to kill. You'll notice that Generally, they have these pinkies in giant groups just so that they absorb a lot of damage and there's nothing you can really do about it. They're just a giant sponge that soaks up all the stuff that you're shooting. And there's the other side of that drop down that we saw earlier. Okay, decisions. We can slowly work our way back. And this is where it gets confusing. Let me teleport through here again. There we go, that's something we haven't interacted with yet. Replenish some badly needed shotgun ammo. I always prefer levels that have lots of shotgun guys, just because you never have to worry about ammo. Actually, I don't think I've gone through the door that opens right there. Yeah, you can hear it now. Oh yeah, I have to open that too. Ah. One of these days. Okay. Now I've gotten it. That was way more difficult than it should have been. And I can go take out these very few remaining enemies. There's another secret. There's another key. And we can go ahead, pop down into these familiar areas again. We have all three keys. We can exit the level now. Regardless of how many are needed, we'll be all set for that. Top up my ammo before we go. My health is above the threshold that those won't help me with anymore. So I'll just run all the way around to the end after we've plundered the Citadel of all their treasure. All the various weapons and ammo and everything else that they have. There's not really much more that I can do. We can go ahead and open door number 1, door number 2, door number 3, and jump on in and finish the level.